planning, we were able to break down the population to have our sample size to be 237 respondents that were used. Then the instrument, of course, is questionnaire. That's what we use in the research. The results per se for our hypothesis one, it states that there is no significant relationship between succession planning practices and organizational performance. And hypothesis 2 says successional planning has no significant effect on employee retention in Adekunle University. And the third one says, which is the third hypothesis, says challenges in succession planning do not significantly affect organizational performance in Adekunle University. The results of hypothesis 1 review the correlational coefficient, which has a relational correlation with 0.648, which says that it is higher, indicates stronger positive relationship between succession planning and employee retention. The study has found that a significant positive relationship exists between successional planning and employee retention in Adekunle University. Then for how to value, it gives us 0.507 for the hypothesis 2, which implies that about 50.7% of the variance in organizational sustainability can be explained by succession planning practice. Then we also have the p-value to be 0.05, which states the null hypothesis was rejected, implying that succession planning significantly affects organizational sustainability in Adekunle University. For hypothesis 3, all parts were significant. Employee retention partially negates the relationship between succession planning and organizational sustainability. This means that successional planning improves sustainability both directly and indirectly through improved employee retention. The regression results indicates that successional planning significantly affects sustainability. Employee retention was found to mediate the link between succession planning and sustainability. This implies that effective leadership development enhances employees' sense of belonging, which in turn sustains institutional performance. In conclusion, based on the findings of this study, successional planning is a critical determinant of organizational stability and long-term succession in Nigerian private universities. Institutions that proactively identify, develop, and mentor future leaders experience lower turnover rates and improved performance. Employee retention serves as a key mechanism through which succession planning contributes to sustainability by fostering a sense of belonging, enhancing job satisfaction, and ensuring the transfer of institutional knowledge. Lastly, that sustainable private universities integrate human resource strategies, which has to do with leadership development and succession planning, into their long-term management system. The study recommends as follows: private universities should develop and formalize succession planning policies as part of their strategic HR framework. This will ensure and enable leadership continuity and prevent disruption during transitions. Management should invest in mentoring and coaching, which also include training programs to prepare high potential employees for leadership roles. This will create a pool of competent successors within an organization. Lastly, management should provide clear career progression paths and recognize employee contributions so as to improve retention rates and commitment to institutional goals of the organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, for that beautiful presentation. So we now give room for intervention from our listeners. Any intervention, sirs? Okay, Doctor, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go back to your topic. Bring out your topic. Just to add value to your paper. Now you concentrated more on your independent variable, where is explanatory variable. The sustainability issue, you need to do more on that, because the problem is organizational sustainability. So let us know in your paper, articulate more on organizational sustainability and the consequence of it in case Adekunle will not maintain sustainability. Then let us know the areas of measure of sustainability in Adekunle University. Then all the explanatory people you have brought in will be able at least to let us know how it will be solved. But you have not told all the area of sustainability that's of great concern. I know the sustainability is preparing for the future, and the future is what is shaking. That is the focus of this paper. So explain more on sustainability and the areas and consequences, so that your social planning practices will be able to see how those challenges can be solved. I hope you are hearing me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then two, your citations. The citations in your paper are old. I can see 2016, 2019. In research paper, the policy is that you have 70-30. 70% current, 30% old. And 70% start from the last 5 years. If you are taking 2025 now, I will be talking of 2021, 2022 to 25. Anything from 20 down, they are old. So try to incorporate into your paper for quality, for currency, and for originality. Bring in more current literature. I hope it is clear.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you. So,
allow him to go first.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, actually, my own, in addition to your observation, sir, in the instrument he used, he didn't actually clarify whether it is, he said, just said questionnaire. We don't know if it is adapted, adopted, or structured. So you need to let us know the type of questionnaire you actually used. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I want to ask, do I call it a question this time around? When they made mention of presenting a paper, I saw succession planning, which I particularly have interest in, because I have a project going on that. So from what we have here, I discovered that it's purely talking of within the university environment. I would have loved if something can come talking of the private, because my project is on a single-owned companies, businesses around, most of them in Lagos State. So the idea is this: I've discovered that over time in Nigeria, I think private businesses accounted for roughly about 78% of the whole general distance around Nigeria. And now, as it is, most of those businesses around, after the death of their founder, end comes to it. Personally, I've been a player around that area for over 2 decades, and it's worrisome. So I decided to take that up as a project that, okay, let's see if I could put in a little solution to this particular problem. So looking at, I discovered that everything is around the academic area. Is there any way, probably in the paper, where you could address those in the private areas? That is my questions.
I think what they did here is like a case study on Adeleke. So anytime to expand around it now, we now expand the scope of the paper. Meanwhile, for that question, sir, the only solution that will bring in activity that will not make the company to die after the owner is ownership structure. And the ownership structure is what private owners don't want to expand. Because I am the owner of the business. If I am the owner, I have 100%. The moment I dilute it, it may affect my management, affect the future. And that's the only reason. And the only reason that can bring succession plan in that situation is to expand the ownership structure, where you bring in more people, so that if one of them all turn into partnership, if one of them die, it will still continue, or take it to public limited liability company where it is quoted in exchange group. But where outside that, private owner will continue to have that problem after the demise of the owner. Thank you, doctor. That's okay. You can step down. That is okay. So please put in all those observations, so that when you are sending your paper to the department, those will be incorporated, because all the points are being noted here.
Yes, sir. I will get it, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank
you. Bangkok University. Thank you. This is admin department.
Thank you. Paper 2, can we know that? Technical. Who is paper 2? Where is we don't have the list of those people. If you are giving all the, you have the list. It does not give out the list of the presenters now. Who is presenting online? Let us know the second paper. Please indicate if you are presenting. If you are presenting, please look and let us see your slide. Presenters, please. If you are presenting, let us see. Show your slide. Okay. Pardon? Okay, Mr. Ejiro Eze, unmute yourself. And you can expand your slide. Take it to presentation mode. You have 10 minutes to present your paper. You can go ahead. Can you see expand this further? Go to presentation mode like the cup. Show, click last show. Click slideshow to expand it. Slideshow, not the volume. Maybe it has problems. I don't know who is that. Can you see slideshow in your page? Slideshow. Click slideshow. You can present what you had before. If that's the only way you can do it, let us see. So far we can see what you are presenting. That is the problem. I think he has unmuted himself. Has he unmuted from his? He's trying to, he's still battling with the slideshow. Mr. I say we are not seeing your skin anymore. He's not communicating again. We cannot hear him. We cannot. Okay, if you cannot, let the other person, anyone that is ready, come up. While Mr. Ejiro is trying to organize the slide there, anyone that is ready, can you show? What did he say? Telling that he should come out and reboot again. Send the. Okay, message you. What you need to do is to go out and come back again. Click out. Go back to your PowerPoint. Let it show fair before you show the presentation. Let the PowerPoint appear in your page. Then go to the Zoom. So when I get to the Zoom, you will see a place, show now. Show my slide. They do come up. Exactly, what is the update? Can somebody else take the floor, please? If you want to present, you are online. Please, can you show your intention?
For those of us presenting, I know that Mr. Jameson should have presented, and Brown Ejiro too should have presented. Please, ma, check that the list for me if I can see the other people, because Adeshino is not presenting online. Samuel Adedeji is not. All these are participants. Okay, Samuel Adedeji. Let's hear you, sir. Let's hear you, sir.
Please.
You said what?
Hello?
Yes, I can
hear you.
Are you presenting?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Are you presenting?
I'm here, sir. I'm with you, sir.
Are you presenting? Do you have a paper to present? We had some people to present online, but they still came physically. So I've moved them to different rooms. Please, who else is presenting here? All these ones they are participants. They are participants. Edem from Binuyo, are you on this call? Kajirat from Ibadan, are you on this call? Sir, the remaining people here are not presenting. There is nobody presenting here. Ejiro. Now, can we have Mr. Ejiro back from National Open University, Abuja? I think it has logged him out. Oh, log out and come in again. Okay, let's wait for him. The rest people are presenters, are participants, sir. Yes, sir. Prof.
If there are too many visitors there, they can come there so that we won't lose time. Because if they are supposed to present online and they come physically, then they need to come here and present. That one is those online here physically come here. The technical
In the Zoom. In this thing before now, that you say you should be talking out loud. You sure say now?
Mr. Ogi, are you not presenting? I know, but there are two papers you are supposed to present. I'll go to the other side. So please tell the person to present on it.
My slide is supposed to be here.
Please help me give me the slides.
Go send it to you.
I didn't know. I was just told to go and put you. Whatever place you want. Paper. Okay, sir. èèyàn méjì péré ni mo rí Brown Ejiro yẹn àti Jameson from Adeleke wọ́n ti wà lọ́sọ̀. Ìmí àìsàn máa ibẹ̀ mo ti fa méjì kan. That place, that's people come for enjoy. Marketing lab wa.
Adefulu.
Marketing lab. This office is marketing lab wa.
It's only shop.
Library. Who is looking for it?
As a center, that should be panel. That's a panel. Hello, bar 3.5. Hello, library. The marketing lab key, I gave you no.
Pardon? Okay, who is this? Ejiro. Ejiro is back. Is it? It's like... Okay, Mr. Ejiro, can you hear us? Mr. Ejiro?
He's muted.
Unmute yourself. Mr. Ejiro, unmute yourself so that you can present your paper. Unmute yourself and speak. You can present. Don't worry, let it be like this. Go ahead and present. What is this again? Click out. Just click out. Go ahead and speak. We can't hear you.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Speak on. Speak on.
Ah, oh my God.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. Continue with your speech.
Wow.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you hear me, sir?
We can hear you very well.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, sir? Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sorry for the disruption. I'm trying to resolve many issues on my system, but I thank God there is progress. Yes, I am Ejiro Brown, a great scholar at National Open University of Nigeria, and I'm presenting this topic, Big Data and Organizational Performance, a study of PEB 04 Plaza in Abuja. PEB 04 Plaza is a plaza that houses so many small and medium businesses. Now, concerning the topic, we are now in technological advancement age, and due to these facts, it will not be appropriate for us to begin to use traditional analytical methods, and that is why it is very essential to go into this study to look at big data, which is a term that is describing the storage of complex data with appropriate use of technology. Yes, the term big data has been developed to enhance the term data that is gathered through various sources, including employees, customers, suppliers, and other stakeholders. With the passage of time, and especially with technological advancement, the concept is gaining attention. Organizations in Nigeria are generating vast amounts of data from various sources. These data, often referred to as big data, hold immense potential for gaining valuable insight and driving informed decision making. And study for big data should not be limited to large corporations. Therefore, we can study the influence of big data description, prescriptive and prescriptive on organizational performance in Nigeria between the period of year 2014 to 2024 for better on the correct position as is related to small business organization. The statement of problem, many studies have found the potential benefit of big data, but the problem is that most of them adopted qualitative methodology and also focus on large organizations. Only few employ quantitative research, and the outcome of this study, whether it will align with the perceived that big data aroused the interest and passion for the study. Determine the influence of big data on organization performance using technology and focusing on small and medium scale businesses across various sectors of the economy. And without any actual objector will benefit, and federal government too will also surely benefit from the result of this study. I also want to move on by saying that the objective of the study is to assess the effect of descriptive analytic performance, determine the influence of predictive analytic organization performance in Nigeria, examine the extent of influence of prescriptive analytics on organization performance. Why the research
Continue. Mr. Joe, continue. Mr. Joe, we cannot hear you. Unmute yourself. Mr. Joe, you are muted. Unmute yourself. We cannot hear you. You are already muted.
Performance and competitiveness. Also, many successes and failures throughout the years have been attributed to single fate changing decision. All these features prompted making it the theoretical framework of this study. Research methodology. Separate type of research was used. The sample size was 120. Population of PEB 04 Plaza in Zone 5, Abuja. The plaza housed many small and medium scale businesses that cross across different sectors. Due to the relative small and finite population involved, a total census sampling technique was adopted for collection of data. Questionnaire was instrumentation to use to collect data, and it is Likert scale with coded options as stated beneath. Then from the questionnaire, we can see that the normality test, the normality of data was analyzed based on histogram chart that is being shown. The bell shape is considered acceptable for normality of the data. The bell shape shows that the data is normal. This is another further confirmation of normality of the data. The data decision was normal because the point of the pod fell across diagonal straight line. This also certified the use of parametric tests, sir. This is the model summary. The model summary in table 4 above was used to test all the hypotheses from hypothesis 1 to hypothesis 3. The R square is zero dependent variable accounted for the changes in dependent variable. Also, from the ANOVA, we can see that the p-value is less than 0.001. This indicates that at least one of the dependent variable has strong evidence against the null hypothesis. While in the next no. So yes, the main conclusion and recommendation, the main objective of this study is to examine the influence of big data on the organizational performance in Nigeria. The results show that descriptive and predictive construct are stronger effect on organizational performance, while prescriptive construct is less impactful. The model generally data impact positively on organizational performance. Seamless integration with other specialized software tools, skills development, and provision of other will ultimately determine the extent of the influence that on organizational performance. And that is why in my recommendation integration of data analytics with other specialized lasting positive effect on organizational performance. Also, the analysis of missing value, biases are
If you don't want to comment now, you cannot even hear. I think we need to take the participant that is here now. When he comes on, he has finished. We just tell him the observations in his paper. He is struggling to come up. Please let us hear the participant that is here. Are you presenting his paper? Okay.
Good evening, House, professors, doctors, and other academics. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Okay. My paper is titled Dialectics of Digital Transformation and Growth Sustainability Among Selected SME in Nigeria. This research was carried out to examine how SMEs, particularly in Lagos State, how they adopt the digital transformation ethos. This study is carried out by Dr. Kogwa Obasuyi of Lagos State University, along with Professor Olalekan and Dr. Adekunle. Next slide. SME these days are faced with a lot of challenges. Though we're in the era of digital explosions, many of them still find it difficult to use these devices to push their business forward. Many of them, they lack the ability to tap into the opportunity presented by all these devices. Despite all of this, literature still have it that, particularly by SMEDA report, that SME, in spite of all these challenges, still contribute about 50% to the national GDP. And also, they are still at the forefront as the highest employer of labor. And also, they have a huge capability gap stemming from insufficient infrastructure, misaligned strategies, which has hindered the digital adoption among many SMEs. The question now is, how can digital transformation enhance growth sustainability in this economy? Next slide. In this study, 4 dimensions of digital transformations was used, which are social media marketing, ICT agility, and business envisioning, as well as ICT value creations. The speaker today, they spoke so much about how much digital adoption can create values among businesses that adopt it. So all these were used among them. So looking at all those various aspects of where they can be used or where they are found primarily, they are listed in the study. Please go to the next slide. This study, however, used dynamic capability theory as the theoretical foundation. Reason being that if any firm that wish to be competitive in the market must possess some innate ability or the collective skills of the employees, which helps in sensing the opportunity in the marketplace, seizing opportunities, and transforming the opportunity into organizational advantages. Please move ahead. Before now, the main objective of this study was to examine how digital transformation dimensions affect growth sustainability among the SME. The other part of it is to look at, among these variables that were used in this study, which of them has the highest contribution or has the highest impact among these variables, and the other ones to provide a policy statement to the stakeholders. This study research uses a quantitative research cross-sectional design, using the existing record of SME among the having the registered SME, and a total of 491 was the sample size used for this study. A reliability test was carried out. The report is what you see on the board. And SMEs, so I beg your pardon, SMART PLSM was used to analyze this result, and the response rate stood at 88.6. However, let me quickly reiterate here, this study was carried out in Computer Village and Alaba International Market. Reason being that among the SME, among the markets in Lagos, these 2 markets holds the ace, where a large chunk of transactions takes place on daily basis. So they easily stood out as the best place to be used for this type of studies. And beyond that also, these 2 markets, other markets that still deal on those products, relies on these 2 markets for their stocking. So these 2 markets stood out as the best market to be used for such a study. Please, the next slide. These were the results. Among the results from the structural equation modeling, business envisioning stood out to be significant. ICT agility also to growth sustainability was also significant. Among all of them, the ICT value creation has the highest significant value. Unfortunately, this has taught me as upcoming researcher that it is wrong to assume that among your variables, one will stand out to be the best. And I was taught that lesson. Social media marketing was found to be not significant. Then it gave me a sense of a new idea that, look, in most cases as a researcher, you don't know the end from the beginning until you go to the field and you come back. And this was evident in these studies. The next slide. The key finding here based on this hierarchical presentation here shows that social media marketing being insignificant, only contributed a 0.019% to the model. And that accounts for why it is insignificant. And others, as shown on the board, shows their contribution to the model. Please, the next slide. Critical insight, why social media marketing didn't deliver. I have to go a bit back on this. Despite the social media marketing, as all of us say, we are doing businesses, all of them having phone, it shows that many of us in this part of this business, this sector, did not really know how to use these devices to drive their business into a competitive level. And this was evidence. Social media increases on its own, it has the ability to increase visibility and communication, but it is unlikely to ensure sustainable growth unless integrated as a planned aspect of business transformation process. That turned out to be one of the likely reasons why it was insignificant in this reason. This also reflects the uneven digital maturity and capability gap among SME, where infrastructure and skill barriers remain primary adoption obstacles. Because most SME could be, we are advertising on our social medias, but they did not really have the right team to monitor the activities and requests from intending customers. Next slide. The discussion of findings as carried out in this study shows that the findings of these studies align with the assumptions of the digital capability theory that was used for this study. However, SMA, like the SMM, as I've discussed, remained a paradox which did not deliver as expected in this study, and that makes it a research. Please, the next slide. This is a model fitness result. It shows that these are the growth variance predicted by the 4 variables as used in the studies. It has a 35.1% variance in the model, being their contribution. Now, in all, the Q value reflects a median predictive value or relevance to this model among the endogenous variables as used to determine performance in this study. The standardized root mean square residual mean indicating that an acceptable model fit because they were all below the threshold of 0.08%. So that made the model to be acceptable in the study, and it was fit for the study. Next slide. I have said that it will come up with an implications. These are the implications. For SME owners, it behoves on them to invest in dynamic capabilities, and this they can do through continuous learning, technological upgrades. These days you have computers that can process at a very high speed rate, but whereby you still use the old ones that you have to spend so much time before you can open a page, then you will not be able to hit at the pace at which that will give you the needed performance goal. Others are for the policymaker. They have, with this study, it behoves them to create a capacity building program. And beyond that, they should find a way to subsidize all this ICT acquisition to the SME, since they remain a pivot for economic development. The other one is the future research. This study uses a cross-sectional approach, and there was no moderating variable in it. So, for future references or future research purpose, this further study should look at using digital literacy, access to finance, and institutional support as a moderating variables so as to authenticate the findings of this study. Whether the social media marketing as seen here, we also report similar findings. Next slide. The way forward. Building resilient through digital capability is sacrosanct if we must remain competitive in this century that we are. SME, though we face turbulence time, those that recognizes the ability to hit the market before others will continually remain competitive. They should develop strategic vision. How do I hit the bull's eyes? These are some of the visions they should develop to remain competitive. Or that they should build technical abilities. A situation where you hold a digital device and you don't know how to use it, then it's just an empty device in your hand. Name beautiful ways to use it. Before now, businesses, you go to business center to scan document to send to client, whether within or outside Nigeria. But today, with your phone in your hand, you can do that in a matter of seconds.
2 minutes more.
Yes.
2 minutes more.
Okay. So they also find a way to create real value. What will create digital investment into tangible business results, efficiency gain, cost savings, and competitive advantage. And the other one is to achieve a sustainable growth, you must leverage integrated digital capabilities to maintain resilience, which is key in business today, competitiveness and long-term profitability. So the study has been able to show that the key to sustainability, building resilience, you must adopt digital technologies in today's business. Next slide. Conclusion. The study concluded that digital transformation dimension as used here significantly affect growth sustainability. However, this study also made theoretical contributions and practical impact to practitioners and also made suggestions for future studies. The last slide. Okay, that is the last slide is the concluding slide. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you. Thank you. I have listened to your name, sir.
Dr. Okogwa Obasuni.
Dr. Okwan. We want intervention. Okay, let me start. Go back to the topic. Bring out the topic. Okay, now, fine. Dialectics of digital transformation and growth sustainability among Nigeria SME. Very beautiful topic and work. But you did so much on your explanatory variable. You didn't tell us what happened to growth sustainability. Because you were in research where you concentrate more on your explanatory and you only neglect the problem. We don't even know. So when you want to go back to the paper, let us know what happened to sustainability growth by SME. Because as Oga switched at that time, thank God he brought this one. This one is focused on what he asked. The SME died after few years. Now, if you have explained that particular area, you let us know why they die, why there is no sustainability. Now, you are not bringing solution of digital transformation, which is very good. You not there so much on that area. But in the paper now, you go back and let us know areas of sustainability that are of great concern. Now, number 2 point I observe, when you are discussing, you said the paper went aligned with the assumption you stated. In a paper like this, let us see whether it's in line with other studies that don't work in this area. And other people, whether your result also negate, because there are some people that don't work in this area, some people result will go in line with it, some will also not go in line. The third aspect you need to enhance the paper is in your recommendation. As you are recommending, let us see what that recommendation will achieve regarding growth sustainability. That is all. I saw the theory, very good theory. It's a good paper. So go and enhance the paper with all those observations. Any other observations?
Sorry, Prof. Okay, the full paper is already sent to the department. This was just all those ones.
And you see the paper when you say paper before conference. Yeah. During conference, there will be points that will go back and include. So that when you now send the paper, because it's for publication.
Yes, sir.
Unless you want the paper to die here.
Yes, sir.
If you want it more, after you have finished today now, all the points raised, you go back and enhance that. The quality of the paper will be enhanced.
Thank you so very much, panel chair. I want to appreciate Dr. Okogwa. Am I correct?
Very correct, sir.
I want to really, really appreciate you for your presentation.
and your co-authors. Actually, you would have seen that I went out 2 times. It was to call Dr. Babatunde Akilabi, whom we acknowledged in the morning, not knowing that he's a co-presenter that was presenting. Then he sent a message to me that my co-presenter is presenting the paper on our behalf. And I'm just so happy to note that you are the one. I want to commend the effort, just like the panel chair has commented. You need to, flesh up from those perspectives to make the work more robust. And I think your literature is good, but you must still look at the possibility of enhancing the currency further. But I quite saw a number of them which are acceptable. In your sections heading, research methodology is a course, whereas methodology is the practice of how your research is conducted. So we encourage researchers, students to adopt that nomenclature, methodology, rather than research methodology. So to distinguish it between the process you followed and then a subject or a course that is taught. That is in the section of your study. Now you are using primary data for the study, right?
Very well.
And what is the response scale in your questionnaire? Is it 5 point or 6 point?
6 point Likert scale.
It's 6 point.
Yes,
6 point is better, the panel chart, sir, because I think it's the initial presenter that used 5 point. Is it easy now? And I appreciate the 6 point because the 6 point actually remove biasness of the neutrality, which undecided or whatever, If a study is looking at to what extent are the participants aware of something, then that 5 point may be better, because the more people that pick that undecided, the more is the assumption validated that people are not really aware of this thing. So if it's awareness matter, 5 point can work. But if it is on a case where you want people to really bear their candid opinion about something, then the 6 point is better. And I commend your team for using the 6 point scale in that order. Now, when you are talking of the results, I see you make reference to point that the result is less than 0.001, right? In the result aspect, I see less than 0.001, so the hypothesis was rejected. I was going to ask you, was the study conducted at 1% significant level? Because that is where you can now be interpreting your statistics from the perspective of, it's less than 1%. Usually there are 3 major level thresholds. You can talk of 10, which is not really encouraged. 10%, that margin is too much. Margin of error is too much, going by 10%. Then the most common is 5%. And so when you are interpreting from the perspective of 5%, then the language will be, the p-value is less than 0.05. You get what I'm saying? The p-value is less than 0.05. Anybody hearing that would know that, this study was conducted from, 5% level of significance, which is the common accepted significance level in management sciences. So, but when you are interpreting, I see you focus on is less than 0.01, right? And I actually saw that the p-value was 0.000.
It was a mistake. I was actually trying to explain the beta value.
Okay.
It was the beta value that was having that value 0.019, showing what makes it to be negative in contribution. not the p-value. The p-value on its own was actually also more than 0.005, the acceptable threshold.
Okay.
So that 0.019 is the beta value.
Okay. The absolute value of the beta.
Yes, the contribution to the model.
To the model.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. There is not the p-value.
Not the p-value, it's the beta value.
It was when he actually talked of the model that I picked that one. I saw 0.001 actually.
It's the beta contribution,
It's
sir.
the beta contribution. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chair.
Let me ask you a question. In your model, did you include mathematical model because you have three some variable of your independent that will impact?
I beg your pardon, they get them.
In your model, do you have mathematical model for this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because you didn't show us
I was just trying to make this slide to be
so because a call like this, you have mathematical model to show whether your model is predictive or not predictive.
Is there in the
It's
website?
okay, that's okay.
Okay, sir.
That's okay. Okay, you can step down.
Thank you,
Just go and include all the observation
Thank
so
you,
that the paper is good. Let it have that value for publication.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now have that Bola Adekunle is ready. Can you bring him or her up? Technical. Mr. Bola Adekunle, if you are there, we are waiting. You have 10 minutes to present your paper. We can't hear you, Mr. Bola. We can only see your face. Delay yours.
Good evening, sir, Mr. Chairman. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, very clearly we can hear you. Go ahead. Let your slide start from the beginning.
The moderators, I want to start on the existing protocol to start my paper. My name is Adefulu, standing in for other co-presenter, Mr. Onikozim, Alabi, Adebola, and to do justice to a topic titled Business Intelligence and Entrepreneurial Leadership as a driver of sustainable business practices among Gen Z entrepreneurs in Nigeria's food and the truth of the matter today is that youth unemployment in Nigeria is very obvious, very conspicuous, which necessitated need for many youths to turn to entrepreneurship as a survival strategy. The focus of the paper is on the Gen Z entrepreneurs, people born from today we see them in so many hospitality businesses, especially in retailing of foods, opening of kiosks and eateries around us. The problem is that we found that some studies found that many Gen Z entrepreneurs fail within 3 years due to poor financial and managerial discipline. And this is because they have limited business intelligence for decision making. and their leadership capacity, influential capacity is very low. So there is lack of synergy between these constructs. The main objective of this study, we are to investigate the influence, or we investigated the influence of business intelligence on the SBP. When I say SBP, I mean sustainable business practices. Also, we look at entrepreneurship on sustainable business practices. And finally, we look at the joint effect of both business intelligence and entrepreneurship on SBP. The next slide. Our research questions and research objective follow suit. That is, they're in line with the objective so as not to waste much of our time. The research work is based on the three theories: the RBV, the transformative leadership theory, and the TBL theory. The focus of RBV is that organization gives sustainable competitive advantage through resources that are available. And the relevance of the study is that the BI and EL, they are viewed as strategic resources that enable Gen Z entrepreneurs to enhance competitiveness and sustainability. The TL theory is applicable to this study because of the it encourages creativity, risk-taking, visionary orientation for Gen Z. And finally, we have the TBL theory. The relevance is in the fact that the study evaluates sustainable business practices by Gen Z entrepreneurs. So we focus on profitability, community impact, and ecological responsibility. Next slide shows the model. The constructs and the variables. We have two variables, business and variable. So the construct that I used to measure our methodology is descriptive survey in 2021. We have 4,590 in Lagos to obtain 370 using the three constructs which were adapted from Isikhia, Yetala, Ahmad, and Ubi and Akalabi with their respective years. The analysis is descriptive in nature, correlational, and regressive analysis. We stratify the population. So from the screen we can see what we have as the population. But you'll see that we have 147 data from restaurants, 82 from bakeries, and catering from 76, food delivery 65 that we have in all. Next slide is on the demographic. We will see that we have the respondent within the age that were targeted. Descriptive statistics of the construct for the 370 respondents, we could see that the mean score for the three groups are very strong: 3.28, 3.21, and 3.1. And this suggests that Gen Z entrepreneurs moderately apply leadership and intelligence tools which contribute to their business sustainability. We have the correlation matrix. We will see from the matrix that once the business intelligence is enhanced, it also increases SBP positively. Same for entrepreneurial leadership. Support is strong, the SBP also will increase, and the combination of it also have effect on the BP. They are, but when they are combined, they give the response or relationship. The regression analysis have it on board, and we'll see that business intelligence, sustainability, this is in line with the study by Shaku, Olubi, and Akelabi. Also, the second hypothesis, entrepreneurial leadership, strategic innovation, and business resilience, is also in line with Adu, Okoye, Libra, and Yeta 2024. When we combine the two, we see that we have facts it can explain 54% of the increase. And discussion, BI and EL as indicators of sustainability among GZ entrepreneurs in the southwest state. They improve operational efficiency and competitiveness in line with Chaco, which I've stated before. EL enhances innovation, presence and vision. Together, they enable job creation, profitability, and employment, which is also in line with AMA 2025 and Daramola 2023. So I recommend for entrepreneurs to embrace BI tools and leadership training for decision making and growth, and for policymakers to provide access to BI tools, digital skills, and financial setting for youth entrepreneurs, and researchers to extend studies to other sectors and regions for comparative insight. So the contribution of this study is to demonstrate BI and EL as complementary drivers of sustainable GZ entrepreneurs in Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir, for listening.
Thank you for your presentation. I'm very short. It's a good topic. Let me give you for observations, intervention. Any intervention? Yeah, please, all our participants, if you have any questions, speak by raising your hand. If you want to contribute to that presentation. Meanwhile, when that one is going on, our presenter, I noted that, yes, you have 3 variables for your sustainable practices: environmental sustainability, social sustainability, and economic sustainability. But in your result, you are combining sustainability. It would have been better for us to see the impact of business intelligence and entrepreneurial leadership as drivers of each one of them, and with your model, because you want to solve the problem. The study is focusing on business sustainability practices, and you are able to measure 3 areas according to European Union sustainability driver ESG: environmental, social, and economic. But you combine them in your result. Why is it that I can't choose separate them and see how business intelligence and entrepreneurship can serve as drivers of environmental sustainability, as drivers of social sustainability, as drivers of economic sustainability in the present dispensation? That is my first observation. Then the second observation, in some areas, you use upper 7. In some, you just write all the names in full. You need to be consistent. If you are using upper 7, I saw where you cited 3 authors and put them out in full. Then that's why you put the first author at all. So I'm confused whether you are using upper 7 or upper 6. I think we need to state that. On the theory, can you bring out your theories? Decide on the theory. Mr. Adorumi, can you show your theories? Can you hear us? Let us see the theories you use for this study. The theories.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, it's okay here. Okay, I saw it. It's okay now, those stories are okay. Well, let us see your conceptual model. Let us see a slide of your conceptual model. Oh, okay, it's okay here. What I'm trying to say is that, are you getting me? What I'm trying to say here is that you have sustainable business practices 3: environmental, social, and economic. I believe that 3, your drivers, that is, since you have them as hypothesis 1, 2, 3, The question is, your model, do you have model for this? Do you have model for each one of them? The three hypotheses tested. Yes. Do you have model for them in the full work? If you don't have model, try and develop model, because that will be the key contribution from the work. Model 1, we see the drivers as driving environmental sustainability. Model 2 will also be driving social sustainability, while model 3 will be driving economic sustainability. At that point, we want to see which of the variable is very strong. If some of them are negative in the coefficient, they know that they may have challenge, but if all of them are positive, then you can be talking of predictive model for sustainable business practices, and that will be major contribution from this study.
Yes, sir.
The technical crew, can you confirm that none of the online participants intends to contribute?
This network is bad.
Mr. Sorry, is it Mr. Ademu or Dr. Aderomu? Presenter, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for this stimulating paper which you have presented. I would want to seek some clarifications. Your independent variable comprised business intelligence and entrepreneurship leadership. The entrepreneurship may be better crafted as entrepreneurial. I suggest you check that in literature. Entrepreneurial leadership seems more like it than entrepreneurship leadership. Take note of that, sir. Then the dependent variable angle, which you put as sustainable business practices, I am a bit not too comfortable with that, because the word practices will kind of make it appear as a driver, whereas it is an outcome. So I wanted to cross-check again. Business sustainability would be more of an outcome than sustainable business practices, which will be appearing as a driver. And actually, sustainability is measured from the three angles that you have captured, rather than sustainability practices. Environmental sustainability is a measure of business sustainability and not a measure of sustainable business practices. Environmental sustainability is a measure of business sustainability. I don't know if the presenter is hearing me well.
I'm taking it, sir.
Thank you, sir. So that's on that. Let it be business sustainability rather than sustainable business practices. Then I also would want to reconcile this with your stated hypothesis. Now, your hypothesis 1 that is on the screen for us, I'm talking of your model. Don't leave that model yet. Don't leave that model yet. Now, the first hypothesis here is looking at BI on business sustainability, if you align with that suggestion. Now, but let's check the hypothesis you stated, just to be sure that they are in alignment, in proper alignment. Okay, business intelligence has no significant influence on now, you combine them. Are you getting what I'm saying? In this hypothesis that you stated, you combine all the three measures of sustainability. Exactly. You combine them. You know, you combine all the environmental, social, economic. You combine them, whereas in the model you showed to us, they are not combined. Can you? Yes, yeah. So I
display them as the measure of business sustainability.
Okay. Then this may not really give us a detailed picture. We want to know what is happening to environmental aspect, what is happening to the social aspect, and what is happening to the economic aspect. But if you batch all of them together, then that story would not be robust enough. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it is good you disaggregate them as you have done in the model. Actually, that was what gave an impression that you are looking at each of them. But then this is showing that you batch all of them together, and that will not bring out the detailed storyline. So maybe you can think of this as another paper. We want to be more detailed now, but this one, because you have finished it, you have tested it, and then on your statistics, I also saw that you interpreted it from the angle of 1% significance, as if that is the level of significance of your test, which I don't think so. Wait, this is the place. You know, you said P is less than 0.01, which would suggest that your threshold level is 1%, right? As against the expected P is less than 0.05.
Officer.
Did you use 1% or 1%? Did you use 1% level of significance for your test?
Yes,
for your test. So if it is no, usually management 5%. We don't use 1%. It's in the medical. It's medical sciences that use 1% threshold value. So you need to adjust that accordingly. Maybe going forward, you can. Then this sustainable business practices is going to be appearing as a driver, right? And what you have in your model, you need to adjust them, because those disaggregated variables, they speak to business sustainability and not to sustainable business practices. I hope you get that. Please check that for that and align properly. Thank you very much, sir. The chair.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Another intervention? I think in the absence of any other intervention, Mr. Adefulu, we appreciate your presentation. So ensure you update the paper with all the observations so we can have a quality enhancement in the paper. Thank you. You can step down. Welcome. You can step down. Technically, another person. That is all. That is we have finished. That means we have done. The online people, I think our online people will appreciate you for being with us all through. We have come to the end of the presentation this evening. I'll now give the phone to the head of the department to appreciate everybody.
All right. I want to appreciate our chair for anchoring this online panel for us. We sincerely appreciate your the quality contribution and improvement you have brought to the papers that were presented today. And my appreciation also goes to the distinguished paper presenters. I think we have taken 4. But we didn't conclude that of, is it Eze? Ejiro, thank you. We didn't conclude. We don't know if it's available now. It's no more online. That's quite unfortunate. We appreciate all the 4. I think we took 4 finally in this panel. Is it 4 or 5 that we took? I think it's 4. All right. So I want to appreciate all the distinguished presenters. It's nice having your presentations. And my appreciation goes to the highly esteemed participants that are in this center for your contribution too, because quite a number of contributions also came from the participants that are here seated. Sincerely appreciate all of you very greatly. The distinguished colleagues also that are here, we thank you. And our secretary for also standing in the gap. We will be wrapping up from here. Tomorrow is going to be for closing. And the main thing for tomorrow is to have a recap of what we have done throughout the various sessions today, and then give the certificates of attendance to all the participants. So once again, I want to thank you for making this event a very huge success that it has become by God's grace. May the Lord continue to bless each and every one of us. We wish you a very pleasant night rest, and tomorrow morning a happy ending of this conference. Thank you once again. I think the chair would appoint somebody to pray for us as we close.
Professor Akpa, come and pray for us.
Let us pray. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for giving us this opportunity to be here, and also the presenters to present their work. We also thank you for the evaluators. We pray as we move on from here that you help those who presented to go and do their corrections on time. We pray for good health, because if we are not healthy, we will not be doing this work. We also ask that you meet each and every one of us at the point of our needs. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you.